Hello guys, in today's video I'm going through most of the new stuff that's in the new season, the Wave of Intrigue. And this is the Pioneer server still, so things might change and they might swap things up, so have that in mind when you're looking through this entire video, because stuff can change depending on the numbers and the feedback that happens during the Pioneer server. So have that in mind when you go through it, everything. I will go through the new artifacts, faction talents, fishing, heroic gauntlet, magic charm, because they changed some stuff up there. All of this is recorded separately, but we now got to go ahead to start sharing content, so enjoy the content. This is Pioneer server, and when it's released it might not look the same. Here we have the season growth trials, basically. Here we have the normal growth path. So just because it's in characters I can't read and I can't copy them, I can't tell what they are. So, but let's just go through this a bit. Okay, let's not jump in there yet. So what we have is quest as normal, and here we have like a growth system, we have an activeness system, and this one is just in characters I don't know or understand at all. It's just random numbers at some point. But what's really fascinating about this is up here we can get different rewards. So we get invite letters, we get soul stones, diamonds, get season tokens that can be used in the store, season emporium. We can also get that insane upgrade, the abyssal essence, where you can upgrade from level 20 to 25 instantly. Really nice. And we can also grab some other stuff here as well, but we don't know what will be in here in the future, but I recommend saving up for that. We will know how long it takes later on. And here we have season milestones where you can like go up and check the growth the season growth trials in a different ways. So just that as the other one as well, we get some artifacts the way as well, and then we also get something called talent reshaper. Wait, where did I get the... Sorry, this is a bit confusing. It's the first day of the Pioneer, but I think it's in here. Yeah, there, talent orb. Let's see if I can get another one here. When we push AFK stages, we get something called talent orbs. And what are talent orbs, you might ask yourself? Well, when you go into Resonating Hall, on the top here, we have factions. And these are faction talents. And oh boy, is there a lot to uncover here. We have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then I believe it will continue to a stage 4 later on. Like, that's just insane. And what does all this do, you may ask? So, Prime Carrier will be teleported to the area with the most adjacent enemies at the start of the battle, getting a permanent shield that can absorb up to 40% damage. They will immediately deal 160% damage to all enemies within one tile and continue to do so every 5 seconds. So, in the battlefield, you will have a tile like this. So this is the Prime Carrier. So whatever hero you put in here will get these buffs. And I don't know if they're different depending on... Yes. So they're all different depending on the faction, but let's just continue with Mauler because that's where we began. So this will also grant 30 life chain to this damage. Time carriers unaffected with 8 seconds of the battle. That's really huge. Prime carries immune to the first fatal blow they take. They are then immune to all damage and become unaffected for 5 seconds. So this is if you continue and unlock more in the talent. So I believe we go down here. Here we get the next one. So I got the first one by going down here. That's the first one where you get extra life drain. So once you get down here, you get the unaffected as well. So that means when we get all the way down here, they will become immune to the first fatal blow they take. Just that alone is really insane. But on the way, you have different stuff like this, where you have stats increase. This gives both HP and attack. I thought this would just give HP. And here you have energy on hit. Here we have more attack. It doesn't give HP though. So this one is a bit special. And here we have physical and medical defense. Well, and here we have the first like special skill upgrade if you want to go for that. Like after teleporting, gain a permanent shield that absorbs up to 40 to 45% damage. And on the other side, you have the skill upgrade immediately and every 5 seconds thereafter deal 160% damage to all enemies within one tile. So I guess this is the difference. Like if you go and look here, I went on the left side here. We got the buff here that gives us a shield that goes up to 45% instead. As you can see here, 106% damage to all enemies in one tile and continues to do so every 5 seconds. That one is still the same. But if I were to go on this side, it would increase to 170%. I don't think that 10% damage is a huge difference, so I would probably go here anyways. But remember, this is Pioneer Season. Might change, I don't know. But that's just something to have in mind. And I will later on create more guides on what all the different are and what could be good in what modes. These faction talents is also in select game modes this season. This feature allows you to deploy 4 heroes from the same faction to boost your team strength. Activating talents for Lightbearers, Maulers, Wildlair and Greyborn will boost your team stats and activate a talent buff tile. Battlefield. Deploying 4 Celestials or Hyperion heroes will activate their Celestial and Hyperion talent effects. During battle preparation, you can place an ally on the talent buff tile. This ally becomes the prime carrier and gains additional abilities in the battle. So talents, you can use Talent Orbs and Talent Essence to activate season faction talents and gain stats and boosts. Resetting a talent returns all Talent Orbs and Talent Essence you have used. You can reset talents for free every 7 days or use Talent Reshaper. This is really nice. Like getting a free reset every 7 days. Question is though, is it one free for all individual factions or is it one free in total? Like this is something I would like to see change in the wording and is something I will put in myself. Yeah, I will come back to you with that when I do proper guide for every single faction. I've actually done some really nice things with fishing. Oh, I don't have strong pull unlocked yet. But it actually will tell you what direction the fish will go in, so you can go to the correct side quicker. That's a huge improvement. I didn't even know that. I was just gonna do one fish to like confirm. And here's the big new thing. Like you can level up your fishing. So it's more like a skill now instead of just going to the correct pool. Of course, there probably will be pools as well. This is the first pool I encountered. And you get experience from the first catch of the day, the size of the catch, or how much it weighs. And then we also have upgrade effects depending on your fishing level. So we have the initial level, and then when you level up, you get stuff like crown fish hook rate increased, strong pull unlocked at level 3, increased chance of catching rare fish, the range for hooking a fish increase, then the hook again, the cooldown for the powerful, I can't see it properly, but that's really nice. Increased chance of catching rare fish again, the range of the hook there. And here we actually unlock another lucky spot, or maybe it's the first lucky spot. I don't know if the lucky spot exists out in the wild yet, but that's huge. And I don't really like the fishing overall, but now that there is a like advantage to doing more of it, I could actually see myself getting into this. And then once you get to 15, you get another lucky spot again. So, like I said, I don't know if there is more to it, like there is lucky spots out right now that we can find in the wild, just like in the preseason. But that's really nice, actually. Hopefully we can get more of them, especially for you guys who like fishing. Like, being out exploring with a boat like this and finding the fishing spots, I really like. So let's go through all the artifacts. Here we have the first one, and I actually managed to upgrade it because I pushed hidden trials. But onto the stats. We have attack, life drain, and attack speed, like the default ones, and the ability in the active ability in the Greatsword spell is whenever your allies' physical damage dealt reaches 750% of your initial team attack, summon a giant sword from the sky to strike the area with the most enemies. This deals physical damage equal to 40% of team attack to all enemies within one tile and reduces their physical defense by 40 for 5 seconds. And then this is increased the more you upgrade it, the higher the physical dealt is. And at the last one, at plus 20, also increase the reduction of their physical defense to 50 instead of 40. Then we have Swiftheal. It has some attack, physical and medical defense. We also have vitality, and this one works exactly as I thought it would in when I did the reaction to the trailer. 8 seconds into a battle, cast a healing wave that restores 35% of team attack HP to the weakest ally every 12 seconds. The healing wave then bounces to the next weakest ally, healing them for a reduced amount. The healing wave can bounce up to 2 times, with each bounce reducing the healing by 25%. And then the initial heal is increased, or percentage increased when you upgrade it. And then with plus 20, it can bounce to 3 targets instead, and the reduction with the healing reduction is 20 instead of 25. Then we have Verdant spell. It has some attack, HP, and physical and medical defense as well. At the start of the battle and every subsequent 15 seconds, each hero and the summon will receive a corresponding buff based on their class, lasting for 5 seconds. For each different class deployed, the duration of the buff is extended by an additional 1 second, up to a maximum of 8. So then based on what classes you're putting in, you get different stuff. So Warrior gains 10 points of life drain, Tanks gets 20% damage reduction, Rogue gets 20% of penetration, Supports gets haste, Marksmen get increased attack speed, and Mages energy generation speed is increased by 20, so to get their ultimates quicker. And then when you upgrade in, it buffs different classes. Oh, so that's interesting. So the first one increases warriors and tanks, then rogues and supports, then marksmen and mages. And the last one, when applying buffs to heroes of at least 3 different classes, also restore 40 energy to the heroes receiving the buff. Okay. Then we have Tidecall. Got some HP, crit, and haste. After allied heroes have cast their ultimate a total of 5 times, evoke the tidal strength to strike all enemies, dealing magic damage equal to 6% of team attack and inflicting soaked for 4 seconds. Soaked enemies deals 30% less damage and will take 25% more damage. Oh, that's really interesting. And then when you upgrade it, you get higher attack on the soaked, and then the plus 20, you only need to ultimate a total of 4 times to activate the ability. Then we have Arcane spell. You have attack and physical and medical defense and defense penetration. Whenever your ally's magic damage dealt reaches 750% of your initial team attack, fire 3 magic projectiles, with each targeting the frontmost enemy and prioritizing enemy who hasn't already been hit. Each projectile deals magic damage equal to 40% of team attack and reduces the target's magic defense by 40 for 5 seconds. And it's unstackable. And then upgrading it increase the damage of the projectiles, and then plus 20 also reduces the magic defense to 50 instead of 40. So then we have a binding spell. You will get some crit, HP, physical and medical defense. 3 seconds into a battle, levitates the rearmost enemy 15 seconds, imprisons them for 1 second, then throws them at another rearmost enemy. This collision deals physical damage equal to 10% of the team attack to both enemies and stun them for 1 second. So it's basically that annoying squirrel or things that put you up in the air, throws you away. And then it reduces the cooldown, and the loss plus 20 increases the stun with 0.5 seconds. Then we have Thunderclap spell. It gives HP, attack and execution plus one of the 2 following spells alternately every 3 seconds. Red Lightning is physical damage equal to 30% of team attack to the healthiest enemy plus extra damage equal to 2% of the current HP. Blue Lightning is medical damage, so basically the same but with is to the weakest enemy and 2% based on their lost HP. The extra damage cannot surpass 10% of the, and then you just increase the damage of the skill, and then the plus 20 is whenever a non-summoned that grants all allies a shield equal to 20% of attack. 5 seconds. Okay. Then we have Frontline spell. Physical and medical defense, haste and life drain. Whenever an allied hero first enters the enemy battlefields, grant the hero a permanent shield equal to 6% of team attack. When 3 different allied heroes have entered the enemy side of the battlefield, place a banner of inspiration there. The banner increases the damage of all allies by 20% and reduces their damage taken by 20 while they are on the enemy side. This looks like kinda like a Mikula thing. We're gonna wanna go a lot of heroes, and then they increase the damage of all allies when you upgrade it, and the last one plus 20 increases the life drain of all allies enemy side by an additional 15. Then we have Resonating spell. It gives you attack, HP and haste. When a battle starts, it designates the rearmost ally as the Resonator. When any other ally casts their ultimate, the Resonator receives 60 energy. The Resonator can only recover up to 1500 energy per battle. When the Resonator casts their ultimate, they enter a blessed state for 6 seconds, gaining immunity and a 35% increase to their attack. This blessing cannot be stacked. When any ally other than the Resonator casts their ultimate, so it increases the energy the Resonator gets. And at plus 15, increase the blessing to 8 seconds instead of 6. And then plus 20. Each time the Resonator casts their ultimate, they will instantly recover 20% of their lost HP, up to 50% of team attack. Oh, that's very cool. So it's an energy artifact. Also gives haste as well, so it's gonna boost the amount of ultimates you can do for sure. Then we have a Valorshield spell. A lot of these have physical and medical defense, but it will give you physical and medical defense, attack and haste. And then when a battle starts, grants a shield equal to 100% of team attack to both the frontmost and the rearmost allies, lasting up to 10 seconds. While the shield is active, the shielded allies remain immune to control effects. Additionally, their frontmost ally gains 75% physical defense and medical defense, while the rearmost ally gains 60 haste. This is basically a PvP one where you go up against like Aaron. Okay. And the first upgrades increase the amount of shielding you get based on team attack. And plus 20 increases the frontmost allies' physical defense and magic defense to 90. And then increases the haste as well. So this goes up to 90 and this goes to 75. And extend the shield duration to 12 seconds instead of 10. Man, that's pretty cool. So a lot of new artifacts. We can still compare them somewhat to the Song of Strife one. But they are changing up the game for sure. I really like it. Seems like a lot more has to do with PvP now compared to earlier. But the question is if we will be able to use this in PvP even. Maybe they will only be able to be used in like Supreme Arena and not normal arena. Well, only time will tell. All this information is from the Pioneer server. This might change in the future. Here we have the magic charms. So it looks like they made it a bit better in a way. And they have removed the complex stats from every piece. So what they've done instead is put more into basic stats, and then once you get a set piece, or you have 3 set pieces. So for example, if I wanted this eagle, I would need eagle on all 3 slots over here. So then I would get 36% HP and 5 ultimate strength. And as it was earlier, we would for example have a piece instead that was just one of these. Didn't become a set, but they had additional stats over here instead, where it said like HP and ultimate strength maybe 1 and so on. So I like this a lot better, and this could also change. Like this is the Pioneer server, we have to consider that, but this might change in the future and we don't know how they will change it. But maybe some stats, basic stats, and some of the set bonuses get changed because they might be too OP or like not strong enough. But they have like kind of the default ones, like attack with ultimate strength. Oh, that's just a normal one. And then they have, well, that was the one that's shown. Here they have crit and attack speed, HP and skill power. HP and physical and medical defense. Here they have attack and ultimate strength again. I'm actually gonna swap. Okay, let's change that. I'm actually gonna swap to like a rogue and see if these stats changes. Yeah, so they do. So that means classes have specific magic charms as well, and that's really nice. Here we have execution and ultimate strength. Have haste and energy on hit. They've increased the energy on hit by a lot, I believe. We have haste and attack speed, also really nice. HP and skill power, HP and attack, and then here's another normal one. So it looks like every class will have 5 magic charms, and some of them will be more specific, like this haste and attack, this haste and energy, and this execution and ultimate strength. It looks like those are kinda like specific for rogues. And then you have some default ones like HP and attack. They are shared. HP and skill power. Like it looks like they have the different version of it, but they're kinda shared and some of them are similar to each other. I wonder what like marksmen have. They will have crits and crit damage boost. Man, that's insane. We have both ultimate and skill power. We have HP and attack speed. We have HP and physical and medical defense. On marksman? Huh. That's kind of interesting. And then we have attack and skill power. It looks like we have 5 Arcane charms. And then we have like all the way up. Just more stats depending on how far you gotten in the magic charm tree or whatever you want to call it. Looks really nice and looks a lot better than having like what was it earlier? Like 12 you have to choose between. Or we haven't played it out yet, but it looks a lot better, and hopefully they just changed like Dura's trial a bit as well. We don't have access to that yet, but it will unlock during the Pioneer. So I will go into that. We have Heroic Gauntlet. And Walker's ultimate no longer activates once his energy is full. He targets all enemies when a battle starts. If an enemy becomes untargetable, Walker will retarget them once they're targetable. If an enemy has been targeted for 18 seconds, Walker will instantly cast his ultimate to defeat. You kinda wanna use heroes that swaps around with the target, and don't mind the text. Oh, that unlocks in 6 days apparently. So let's go into battle and just see what happens. So he says he instantly defeats them, so let's use Thorin. Who else do we have that goes immune? May goes immune.
I'll keep them quiet.
Who else can kinda change targets? Or man, I'm not used to having all the heroes upgraded. Like, that's insane. Let's use Hewin as a healer. I can also upgrade all these heroes with exclusive weapons. I haven't done that yet because I want to test out more before I jump all in like that. Tylene was someone I thought of as well, because Tylene, you can die repeatedly. I wonder if Tylene gets targeted for 18 seconds, if she instantly dies or not. As we can look here, the stats you get from faction bonus is still the same. So let's battle and see what happens. So it looks like kind of like Arcane. Oh, I don't have a outcast. So it kind of looks like in Arcane Labyrinth, where you get those bosses that has 30. Oh wow. So they kill basically everyone. Oh wow, that was really cool animation. I haven't seen that before because I don't have ultimates active on my main account, whatever you want to call it. And here we have magic charms. So that gave us some magic charms, that's really cool. But let's just go in again and see what happens. So the floor bell died there because he was front, and the rest didn't die because they were kind of behind, and Lily May was doing her ultimate.
I'll be praised for this, right?
And this is really cool. Let's do that one. And of course, like I said earlier, I could just go and upgrade them a bit, like exclusive weapons and all that, but I haven't done it yet because I just want to try out and see how hard any modes is before I go all in. But it looks like I kind of need a better team right now. And oh. So that's basically all I've done so far in the Pioneer server. I will give you more individual videos later on, but I just wanted to get all this out there so you guys can check it out. But leave a comment down below what you like about the new season stuff and all that stuff that's been leaked. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.